Just, what am I doing? Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle. This is Michelle Reads YA, and this is a video that I have been putting off literally all year. This is the great, massive, very large 2020 book on haul. I have been collecting books all year, and honestly, I wish I would have done this sooner. Honestly, this is gonna take forever. I have so many books to unhaul. It's just books that have, there's a shit ton of books, and I'm gonna try to go through this really fast. And these are just the books that I have looked at on my shelves and just decided I have read it and I'm not gonna read it again, or I will never read it because that's who I am. Will say that not all the books that I have unhauled this year are in these piles because I have given a lot away. So yeah, some that are here I gave away the Darker Shade of Magic series, I gave away Ninth House, but like they are unhauled as well. So unfortunately these are in no particular order and I hate myself. So if a book I mentioned is in a previous video that I filmed, it will be up one of these sides eventually. So let's just do this. The first one is Before I Fall by Lauren Oliver. I read this. I did not like it. I think I gave her 3 stars. I don't need it anymore. The next one is The Hate List by Jennifer Brown. I read this. I think I gave it 4 stars. I just don't think I'm gonna read it again. The next one is Fix Her Up by Tessa Bailey. I gave this 3 stars, and this I think started my decline of adult romance, and I'm never gonna read it again. The next one is Percy Jackson and the Olympians by Rick Riordan. I don't think I like the series. I have 1 book left in the series to listen to, and I don't know if I'm ever going to do it. So the next one I got on Book Outlet when I was still shopping on Book Outlet, and when I was reading the back of it for my haul video, I realized I was never gonna read this, and that is Touch by Courtney Mom. I got it because of the cover, and that's my fatal flaw, and I'm never gonna read this. Luckily, it was probably $2, so okay. The next one I attempted to listen to and DNFed, and that is Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. Just didn't work for me. If I wanted to pick it up again, I would probably do it on audiobook again, but I don't see myself going to do that, so it's going away. The next one I liked and I listened to, and if I wanted to read it again, I would probably listen to it again, and that is Such a Fun Age by Kylie Reed. Nothing wrong with this, just think I would probably pick it up on audiobook again because it was a good one. The next book that I have is Life as We Knew It by Susan Beth Pfeffer. I listened to this like in March when the world was shutting down, and it was very reminiscent to what was happening like at the moment, and that was kind of scary. I ended up giving it 3 stars. There was nothing wrong with it. I just don't think I'm going to read it again, or I would do it on audio. This next book I have tried to read at least 3 times and it is just not working for me, and I know it is a favorite in the book community, especially romance, but I can't do the writing. And that's Princess in Theory by Alyssa Cole. I tried, I don't know. The next book I DNFed, and that is Words in Deep Blue by Kath Crawley. I have nothing to say. The next book is an ARC, so I think what I'm doing with ARCs that I have is putting them in a free little library that I have down the street from me, and hopefully someone will love it more than I did because I'm never gonna read this, and that is The Map of Days by Ransom Riggs. This was after the trilogy ended. He started up a new trilogy. I'm not gonna read it. The next one I did for a video, and that was when my husband chose my TBR, and I did not like this book. I think I gave it 2 stars, and that is Into the Water by Paula Hawkins. No, but I'll link that video up above. I'm gonna yeah, get rid of this. This next book, I'm so disappointed that I did not like it, and that is A Beautifully Foolish Endeavor by Hank Green. I ended up DNFing this. I had like 100 pages left and I just couldn't do it. It did not live up to the first one, and I'm really sad about it. So maybe the first one should have been a standalone. I don't know. The next one I don't have the cover for, sorry, but that is Hollow City by Ransom Riggs. This is the second one, the Miss Peregrines. I stopped reading at this one, so yeah. The next 2 are featured in my Books I Changed My mind about video, and that is Eleanor and Park by Rainbow Rowell. I just have no interest in reading this anymore or having it anymore, so goodbye. And then on the same front is All the Right Places by Jennifer Niven. And actually the next one is also in that video. See, I have some kind of control over this, and that is Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. So I think I have one more on my shelf, so you'll see these, but I'm getting rid of that whole series. The next one is also in my anti-TBR tag video, so I will link that up above, and that is Wicked Wicked Saints. Yep. Whew. Wicked Saints by Emily A. Duncan. I think the question was, what's a book on your shelf you're never gonna read? It's this one. I'm never gonna read this. The next book I have is reading the lowest rated books that I own video. Put that up. And that is Wicked Games by Sean Olin. I listened to this on audiobook. I thought the audiobook was good, but the book itself was not good, and the epilogue was really not good. So it has to go. The next book is the next two books are from My Husband Chooses My TBR, and that is Stay Sweet by Siobhan Vivian. This was the best book that I read in that whole vlog, but it was still only a 3-star read, and I'm not going to reread it, so it has to go. And then the next book is part of that same video, and that is Hot Dog Girl by Jennifer Dugan. I did not like this. No. This main character, from what I remember, was the worst, so. Okay, the next one is another Rainbow Rowell, and that's Fangirl. I remember that my husband got this for me for Christmas like in 2014, so thanks Casman, sorry, it has to go. The next one I read for the lowest rated books on my TBR, and that's Virtually Yours by Savannah Tash. I did not like this, I gave this 1 star. So the next book I actually listened to on audio, and I think I gave it 3 stars, but I don't think it's something I would read again. And that's Twisted by Laurie Halse Anderson. I thought it was good, but I just don't think I'm going to pick it up again. Another Rainbow Rowell, we have Attachments. Goodbye. The next one is also part of the lowest rated books on my TBR, and that is Fireworks by Katie Cotugno. 1 star, so no. The next one I have is The Infinite Moment of Us by Lauren Miracle. I am getting rid of all my Lauren Miracle. The next one you'll see again. I don't think I can get rid of it quite yet because it will show up in another video, but that is The Betrothed by Kira Cass. Holy shit, this book was so bad. 1 star. Yeah. The next book is Jane Unlimited by Kristen Kishore. I have had this book for so long, I have no interest in reading this book. The next one is another Katie Cotugno, and that is Top 10. I read this, unfortunately, and gave it 1 star. I am not having good luck with Katie Cotugno this year. The next one I attempted to read and read like the first chapter and said, nope, not for me, and that's The Boyfriend Bracket by Kate Evangelista. Just no interest in this. The next one I'm so excited to get rid of. I didn't like it when I first read it, and that is Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating by Christina Lauren. This has one of my most hated tropes in it at the end, and I was like, ew. It would have been a 5-star read, but I think I ended up giving it 3. So yeah. The next one is an ARC that I got from Penguin. I want to give away or something, I don't even remember. And this is The Kingdom of Back by Marie Lu. I tried to listen to the audiobook and realized not for me, so I'm gonna get rid of that. The next one is another ARC that I got from Y'all Fest 2 years ago and have not wanted to pick up this book at all, and that's Waiting for Fitz by Spencer Hyde. And then the last one is Books I Changed My Mind About book, and that's Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. Just not for me. Overhyped. Okay, the next book is A Great and Terrible Beauty by Libba Bray. I have had this on my shelf for years, like ever since I lived in Maryland, and I haven't lived there in like 4 years, so I'm just not gonna read this. The next one is Yes, No, Maybe So by Becky Albertalli and Aisha Saeed. I listened to this on audiobook this year and wasn't super impressed and will not be reading it again. And then the next one is A Very Large Expanse of Sea by Tahira Mafi. Same thing, I read this for book club, I think 2 years ago, and we were all just very about it, and yeah. This is a sequel to the last one I showed you, and that's Rebel Angels by Libba Bray. No. This is the graphic novel of Miss Peregrine's by Ransom Riggs, and no. So the next one I dropped and almost forgot about, but that's Room by Emma Donoghue. Nothing wrong with this book. Gave it 5 stars. So many years ago, but I'm not gonna read it again. The next one is The Accidental Beauty Queen by Terry Wilson. I listened to this on audiobook and I think I gave it 3 stars and I have no interest in reading it again. The next one I think I stole from my best friend Jordan and neither of us won it, so it's Lauren Conrad's LA Candy. I'm never gonna read this. The next one is an ARC that I got from YALLFest, and that's Brightly Burning by Alexa Dune. I'm not gonna read this, it's sci-fi. The next one is another ARC, and we actually read this for a book club this year, and it's probably everyone's least liked book this year, and that's Truly Madly Royally by Debbie Regaud. This was not the book for us, it was not. The next one is Rebels Like Us by Liz Reinhart. I think I got this because of the cover, which is my fatal flaw. Tell me to stop. This one is also a gift from my husband. Sorry, husband. And that's Would Like to Meet by Rachel Winters. I read this. I gave this 2 stars. Adult romance is not for me. When will I learn? I don't know. The next one I've also had for so many years, and that is Gone by Michael Grant. If I haven't read it by now, I'm never going to read it. Same thing for this one. Water for Elephants by Sarah Gruen. If I haven't read it by now, I am not going to read it. The next one I picked for book club because of the female romance, and none of us liked it, and that is Girls of Paper and Fire by Natasha Nagan. The next one I read last year, I think, and was not super impressed, and that's All the Rage by Courtney Summers. I really like Sadie by Courtney Summers, so I was going through her backlist and I did not like this. The next one I DNFed pretty fast, and that's Crave by Tracy Wolff. This is like the Twilight wannabe book, but the writing, I got like secondhand embarrassment from the writing, so I can't. The next one I got when Amazon was pretty new, so many years ago. I'm old as fuck. Anyway, I wanted to get Sex and the City because I was really into the TV show, and they sent me it in Russian, and I thought it was really cool. But I don't read Russian and I'm not gonna keep this. And then I gave them a bad review and they sent me the real one. So anyway, Amazon isn't like that anymore. The next one I did read and gave 3 stars to, but I just don't think I'm gonna read again, and that is We Are Okay by Nina LaCour. It was okay, I don't know. And this is, I think, well, finally the last one of Library of Souls, The Miss Peregrines. I think this is the last one. It's all going. The next one I read for book club and DNF'd, and that is The Rest of a Story by Sarah Dessen. I think I had 100 pages left of this and could not continue. It was not a good contemporary for me. The next one I am never going to read, and that is Article 5 by Kristen Simmons. Yeah. And then I did read this one and did not like it, and that is A Wrinkle in Time by Madeleine L'Engle. It's not the audience for me. I read it 2 years ago when I was 28, and this is for like 10-year-olds, so you know. The next one I did read and don't think I'm going to read again, and that is The Impossible Knife of Memory by Laurie Halse Anderson. It was good. It was about PTSD, but I just don't think I'm gonna read it again. Next one I did read. I read this so long ago. I'm going to try to link that video. It might be from too long ago, but this is Night Film by Marisha Pessel. I did not like this. I think I ended up giving it 2 or 3 stars. It was overrated in my opinion. So long. Ugh. And then the next one I did read, and that is Prince Charming by Rachel Hawkins. Just not super impressed with this. I have the sequel to it still on my shelves, so I still want to give that a chance because of the female romance, but this one just did nothing for me. Okay, the next one I did read, and that is Odd One Out by Nick Stone. I did not like this. I think it was the writing. I can't be sure, but it just was not my favorite, especially after I loved Dear Martin so much, so I'm not gonna read this. Next one I did read, that is Once and For All by Sarah Dessen. No plot. No plot. I have nothing to say other than where was the plot. The next one is the final book, and that is The Last Star in the Fifth Wave series. I really like this series, but I'm never gonna pick it up again. So all these books are gonna be here. The next one is Contagion by Erin Bowman. I have not read this. I got this in a book subscription box, and this is when I canceled book subscription boxes because they're all fantasy and sci-fi, and I don't read those. The next one I have not read and will not read, and that is The Novice by Taram Matheru. I'm not gonna read this. This does not interest me at all. Why do I have this? The next one I did read, and that is The Simple Wild by K.A. Tucker. This was like right after I did the Smut-a-thon like a couple years ago, and thought I was into romance, and then I read this, and this is just like a Hallmark movie, except Hallmark movies are better. So ugh. The next one was Castleman Chose My TBR, and that's Peaches by Jodi Lynn Anderson. I believe I gave this 2 stars. I remember it being fat-phobic and racist from what I recall. The next one is Landline. This is so gross. I can't believe I'm showing this to you on my channel, but I think my cat threw up on it. So getting rid of it for that, and also Rainbow Rowell. The next one I read for book club and did not like, and that is Sorcery of Thorns by Margaret Rogerson. Sleeping the whole time. I just did not like this. The next book I'm getting rid of is Replica by Lauren Oliver. I read this for book club. I finished on with the next one and the duology, and I thought that they were okay. It's just not something I'm going to pick up again. The next one is Winter Girls by Laurie Halse Anderson. I liked this. I think I ended up giving it 3 stars, but if I wanted to reread it, I would just pick it up on audio, I'm pretty sure. And the next one I did read, and that is By Your Side by Casey West. I think I ended up giving this 3 stars. I was just pretty underwhelmed by it. I don't know. And then the next one is The Fifth Wave. So this is the first one in that trilogy. I'm not gonna read it again. I liked it for what it was. Pretty entertaining, just not. Next one is The Kiss Quotient by Helen Huang. There's nothing wrong with this. I just am probably not gonna read it again. Okay, I gave it 4 stars. The next one was the Castleman video, and that is The Art of Starving by Sanjay Miller. I think I ended up giving this 2 stars. It had the potential to be so good, and it was not. The next one I'm getting rid of is Paper Towns by John Green. I'm getting rid of this cover because I have the UK cover, and I like that cover better. Okay. The next one is Sing Anything by Sarah Dessen. I listened to this on audio, and then I bought it, and I realized I'm probably not going to read it again, so I don't know why I bought it. And here we go. The second one in the Fifth Wave series, The Infinite Sea. Just don't need it. And I read this one for book club, kinda. I DNFed it. And that is Dorothy Must Die by Danielle Page. I don't like The Wizard of Oz really that much, and I did not like this, so yeah. And then the next one is Coming Up for Air by Miranda Canali. I DNF'd this. I did not like the writing. And then last, I'm done, is The Air by Kiera Cass. I actually never read this. I never bought The Crown. The trilogy of the selection is so fond in my heart, and I want to reread that, but I have no interest in reading anything after the selection, and I heard the main character in this one is not great. So, holy shit, that's it. Whew, I'm tired. It was so much talking. Anyway, so that is all the books. Most of the books I have DNF'd in the entire year of 2020. As you can see, I have read most of them, which makes me feel good about myself. They just like were not for me, or I'll pick them up again on audio, and yeah. So thanks for watching my video. See you in my next one. Bye.